Hello, my stamping friends. This is Renee Novak at blessedbycards.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, and I'm here today to share with you another Make It Monday tutorial. Today I'm going to share with you how to create 6 different cards from one sheet of cardstock. So I took a piece of 8.5 by 11 basic white cardstock, and I have cut it down into different increments, and I'll post this on my blog. And I'm going to show you how to create 6 different cards. So the first cut that you want to make on your paper is at 5 1/4. So you have a 8.5 by 11, and you're going to cut it at 5 1/4. And this is going to be cut at 4, and then you'll have 2 pieces at 5 1/4 by 5 1/4 by 4, and then you'll just have this little bit of waste at the end. And then the second cut that you need to make is at the 3/4 of an inch. So it's all in landscape position. So 5 1/4, and then cut it at 3 3/4. And so then you'll cut this piece at 5, and these 2 pieces at 1 1/2. You'll have a little bit of waste right there. And then your last piece, after you cut your 5 1/4 by 5, you'll have a 2-inch piece left. And you're going to cut this by 4 3/4. And we're going to use that. And then this is the third piece that matches this. And that's 1 1/2 by 3 3/4. And then you'll have a little bit of waste over here. Okay, so let's get started with the first card. And the first card is on one of those pieces of 5 by 4 1/4. It's just a basic card front like we normally do. And what I did before I cut everything is I just stamped all over the whole thing with Forever Fern. And I just kind of made my own designer series paper, and then I cut. So I stamped everything first, and then I cut. And so this is the first one that we're using for here is card 1, just the basic 4 by 5 1/4 on a garden green card base. And I added a strip of garden green, and I used my paper snips to cut the end. And then I stamped the thanks from Big Hooray. And then I used the banner die from the Stylish Shapes die. So all of the cards are, all the designs or the background for the One Sheet Wonder is stamped with a Forever Fern. And I did that first, and then I cut. So this is card number 1 using one of the pieces 4 by 5 1/4. Now the second 4 by 5 1/4 piece I cut in the diagonal. So that's this piece right here, and I just cut it on the diagonal. And so I have 2 of those pieces. And this is one of them, and I stamped with the Something Fancy birthday greeting, and then I put a layer of garden green down, and I added my One Sheet Wonder cardstock that I created. Now the second card I will have the instructions for, but I posted it a while back, and I'll put a link to where that post is. So I figured you get the idea. You don't need 2 cards showing the same diagonal. But that would be the second card. So that'd be card number 1. And this is card number 2 and card number 3. So card number 4 would technically be that 3 3/4 by 5-inch piece that we cut right here. So 3 3/4 by 5 is that little section there. And again, it's mounted on some garden green, and I took a little strip of garden green behind, and then I stamped the greeting from Something Fancy in garden green ink, and then I popped it up on here with Stampin' Dimensionals. And so that's the card. So then the card using all the little 1 1/2 by 3 3/4, there's 3 of them. And you're going to, I created this card just with the 3 panels. And I added the garden green behind each one of those. And again, all these measurements and all the supplies that I used to create my cards are in a free PDF download at blessedbycards.com. And again, I just mounted them up. And then this greeting here is from Frame Florets. And again, you can just pop that up on some Stampin' Dimensionals, and that circle is cut out of the Stylish Shapes dies. And our last card that I created using this piece of 2 by 4 3/4 inch cardstock. And I just mounted it again, garden green, on my themed. The inks that I'm using are garden green, pear pizzazz, and old olive. And then a little bit of black for the speck that is in that set too. And then I just stamped with Deepest Sympathy from Something Fancy. And I cut this out with the embossing machine with the rectangles, the stitched rectangles. So three of the cards were done using the Stylish dies, and the other ones were done using the stitched rectangles. So again, I just mounted it up, and you can stamp that up, pop that up on Stampin' Dimensionals. And of course, just decorate the inside however you want. So that is how easy it is to create your own one-sheet wonder and make 6 different cards. Again, I'm showing you 5 here, but one's already posted, and I will link that. And that is just one sheet of regular 8.5 by 11 white cardstock. So that's my Make It Monday for today. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to share with your friends and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future videos. And until next time, be blessed.